Hello, good morning everyone. And in my previous class, I have discussed the date and time in Python. So please subscribe my channel Jairam Infotech and like my videos. And please ignore if you have any background noises or voice while explaining the concept. So please ignore them. And continuing the please listen the video sessions carefully. So. First one is the, so here in this method we have the all different types of methods are there and time. So we can consider each methods in a brief way. First one is the time alt zone method. So this method is the attribute of the time module. This returns the offset of the local DST time. So here we have the syntax called time dot alt zone. It has no parameter. This method returns offset of the local DST time. So consider the program. Import time. I am importing the time. Next I am printing the statement time dot alt zone. So it prints the, when we run the program we get the output as minus 23,400. And next one is the, that is about the alt zone method. Next one is the ASC time. So the syntax for this method returns converts a tuple or struct. That means time representing a time as written by GST time or local time. And following the syntax, that means time dot ASC time of t. This is the t is a parameter. This is a tuple of 9 elements or struct time representing a time as written by the GM time or local time. So written by this method returns a 24 character string of the following format. That means the day, and this one is the year, and this one is the time, hours, minutes, seconds, and along with the year. Here I have taken a small program. First of all, importing a package import time, and then is taken a variable t and initializing the value it to time dot local time, and then printing the time dot ASC time of t. So this prints the today, day, and the year, and the day, and the hours, minutes, seconds along with the year onto the output screen. This is the main thing about the method called ASC time. And next we have the time clock method. So what is this method returns the current processor time as a floating point number expressed in seconds on Unix. So syntax is the time dot clock. It has no parameter. This method returns the current processor time as a floating point number. Consider the program. First of all, I am importing the time onto the first line, and next one is the definition procedure called definition procedure. And next one is the time dot sleep of 2 comma 5. So next one is the, I have taken a value t0 time dot clock and calling the procedure, and then printing the clock onto the output screen, and then measure the wall time. What is the wall time? So for that I am calling the time dot time method. Next calling the procedure again, and then printing the current time onto the output screen. So when we run the program we get the output as mentioned below. That is about the time clock method. Next one is the time C time method. This method converts the time expressed in seconds sorry expressed in seconds, since the epoch is to a string representing the local time. So syntax for this is the time dot c time of seconds. So this parameter seconds represent there are number of seconds to be converted into string representation. This method doesn't return any value. So the construct the program import space time, and next printing the value time dot time onto the output screen. So this prints the time as it is, that is a day and a year and a month, year and a time, seconds, time, minutes, seconds, and a year. Next one is the time GM time. This means the this method converts the time expressed in seconds, since they opposed to a struct time in the UTC. That means the syntax is the time dot GM time of seconds. So the parameter seconds specifies the number of seconds to be converted into structure. So it is this method return any value, and consider the program import space time. So print of GM time, that means time dot GM time represents that get the total time. And time local time, this method is similar to the GM method, but it converts the number of seconds to local time. So syntax is tm dot local time of second. So seconds, number of seconds to be converted into structure. This method return any value, and the program for this is import space time and print of time dot local time, and prints the time accordingly. So and consider the next method is the mk time. So mk time is the inverse function of the local time. Its argument is the struct time or full 9 tuple and returns a floating point number. So syntax is time dot mk time of t. Here t parameter is the struct time or full 9 tuple. This method returns the floating point number for compatibility with time. So take an example. Here import time and next one the t is equal to, I am passing the values 2016 to 15 10 30 38 148 0, and then calling the method mkt of t, then printing that to the output screen. So the time printed as t is, you can get the output as follows. Next one is the sleep method. This method suspends the execution for the given number of how many seconds it suspends the time. That is the sleep mode. We can get the sleep mode. Time dot sleep of t is the number of seconds for which the execution is suspended. Suppose I have taken a program, import time print of start of time dot c time, and sleep of 5, that means it means a sleep of 5 seconds it went for the sleep. And next method is the strf time method. So this method converts a tuple or struct representing a time as a written by the gm time or local time. And next the syntax for is time dot string time dot strf time strf time of format comma t. This is the parameters. First one is the, this is the time in number of seconds, and format is the directive which we used in format given. So these are different types of directives can be embedded in the format string concept. And this method return any value. So the program is the import space time, and I have the taken few values and calling the mkt of time method, then printing the same mkt onto the output screen. Next method is the stripe time. So this method passes a string representing a time according to format. The method return value is the struct time as written by the gm time or local time. So the syntax is the time dot stripe time of string comma format. The parameter definitions are time. This is the time in the string format which will be parsed based on the given format. Format is the directive which would be used to parse the given string, and the different types of directives are embedded in the format string as follows. And next one is this method. This return value is the struct time as written by the gm time and local time. Sorry for the interruption. And next one is the consider the program. Here I have taken time, import time, and next struct time is the key is the variable. And next one the time dot stripe time of here 30/12/2015, and next printing the struct time onto the output screen. And next we have the time method. This method returns the time as a floating point number expressed in seconds since the speed approaching UTC. Syntax for this time dot time, and it has the program import time, that is time dot time, and next one is the printing the local time and representing the AC time onto the output screen. And next one is the tz set. Next one is the tz set. So this is something, this is the other method in the python date time. This method resets the time conversion rules used by the library routines. The syntax is std offset DST. So parameters are STD and DST, 3 or more alpha numerics given time zone abbreviations offset. And next one is the, here we have the different type. Consider the program get a clear area. Syntax for this is time dot tz set, and next one the import time and import OS. Here I am taken the value, that means the OS dot environment ES is equal to, here instead the value est plus insert some value into it, and then printing the time dot tz set, printing the st offset onto the output screen, and then setting the new value and resetting the value and printing the new value onto the output screen. This is something about the different types of methods in Python. So hope you have an idea about the different types of method, their syntaxes and their uses, and their use, how we use these methods in a program. So please subscribe my channel, like my videos, and thank you all. Have a nice day.